What is up, guys? MattWic here. We are back, NHL 25, testing the draft, and we are here with our second draft in the series after finishing our first year in the NHL. Not a bad year. We did end up with 40 wins, barely missed the playoffs. The Colorado Avalanche, on the other hand, did not miss the playoffs and went through and dominated. Look at Mikko Rantanen, Nathan MacKinnon, and Cale Makar's stats. As you'll see there, too, as a Pittsburgh Penguins fan, Evgeny Malkin and Sidney Crosby are up there. They had a very good season and narrowly missed making it to the Stanley Cup final. I say narrowly, they did get swept in the Eastern Conference Finals. But without further ado, let's hop into this draft. We do have a big decision to make here in the first round if we're going to trade up, which I think we will end up doing to pick like 10. We have the 15th overall pick, but there is somebody around that spot that is very intriguing to me, and I want to jump up and maybe see if I can grab him. And we do also have our very first tease of the series. Let's see if he's still there. If not, oops. Yes, okay, so Joakim Hirvonen. Low franchise potential there in, I think, the 4th round, maybe 4th, 5th round, somewhere around there. So I doubt that he's going to be franchise potential, but it is always cool to see this and get that little tease, get that little dramatics in there. But our pick that we are thinking about here trading up for, so a couple studs at the top of the draft that are created players, or I guess made-up players for the first draft here. We do have a couple real players in there, but they don't look nearly as good as some of these other studs. We have Calle, Pahlsson here, Jemmy, all A's in his skill assessment, which is the #1 thing I look for when drafting this early on. Is most of the guys are going to be elite players, whatnot, but this guy looks like he could step in and be a leader day one, which is what the personality says. NHL ready, Sean Couturier, medium elite. So that is an interesting one. We'll maybe see if we can trade up for that pick. But the other guy that I am interested in here is Marco Pahlsson. Also has very good skill assessment, not nearly as good, but not when we don't have it fully scouted out either, but is confirmed NHL ready, so medium top 4D. Let's go ahead and see if we can't maybe get up for like that 7-8 spot and draft Calle Pahlsson. The Ottawa Senators here at 6 want to give up their picks, so this could be an interesting one. I did acquire a lot of second-round picks during the season. As you can see there too, our first draft pick that we had, Ricky Combs, had a very good season, 84 overall, pretty good stats as well, almost 30 assists, almost 10 goals, and almost a plus 15, so I will take it from the 18-year-old there. We did also transition him. This is one thing that's really cool with the new, you could set the goals and stuff for players, is he was originally a left wing. I told him in the middle of the season, I was like, hey, we'd like to have some versatility with you. Can you learn to play right wing as well? He did, so I don't know if that makes really any big difference, but it is nice to have that flexibility with players to be able to play them on different sides of the puck there. So let's see, first round pick, and we'll do a second and see if maybe that is enough to get up to that 6th spot. Ottawa, what did they say? They say, no, thank you. We don't want to help you out in another Canadian market team. So let's try maybe a 5th from next year, see if that's able to tip the scales. It is not. Oh, come on, Ottawa. I really want this guy. Got to give him to me. So we'll do a 1st, a 2nd, and a 3rd. That's pretty good value if you ask me, Ottawa. I would definitely take that. I mean, you might still get a beast of a player back here at pick 15. We are just being a little bit antsy and want to get up for this, and I think I'll be able to recoup that pick. Clefboom goes here first overall. Magnus Clefboom, center left wing, 83 overall. Couple X Factor superstar abilities there, so that is cool to see coming out the top of the draft. Our big rivals, the Montreal Canadiens, do end up getting him, so that's a little bit disappointing, but it is what it is. Ottawa, come on, guys. We want this pick from you. Just give it to me. You want to give it up. Why not? So maybe we'll sweeten the pot maybe a little bit. We'll give you pick 63 as well, and a 3rd rounder from next year. We didn't see if this would go through, so let's see. To move up to the 6th overall pick for the first time in franchise history. Trade accepted. Okay, the Ottawa Senators, and they didn't say it was looking a gift horse in the mouth, so it wasn't a absolute steal of a pick, but it's going to be interesting to see who they get there at 15 if they end up taking the guy I was looking at. There were like 2 guys, I believe, so we'll see if one of the 2 get picked there. But Anaheim with their pick here, ooh, 83 overall medium elite sniper, Robert Lander. So the Anaheim Ducks are getting a little bit stacked up there as a team, so maybe we'll see in a couple of years if they're able to contend for a Stanley Cup. I did notice, too, with these rosters, 66 overall, so I mean, yeah, he is going to be a beast in real life, but 66 overall medium elite when you just saw 2 83s come off the board, a little bit disappointing. Wish they'd maybe bump those up or maybe find a way to bump these guys down. But let's see St. Louis with their pick there, 65 overall medium elite Roger McQueen. 64 overall, Jordan Gavin. All right, so we're going to see if we can absolutely make a steal of a pick here with this 6th overall one. This guy also does look pretty good too, Maxime Moroza. He has all A's as well. Joe Thornton, even though he's only 5'10", 183 and plays wing. Interesting comparison there, but I won't judge it too much. Esteban DeMarchi as well. Oh, man, now that we have a couple guys that we can choose from. True leader. Nothing to report, soft-spoken, thinks he'll handle it well. So it all comes down to kind of what do we want, and I think building from that center position out is going to be probably our best option there. I think all 3 of these guys are going to be absolute studs. We already have a winger in Combs who can play there, so now we need to build out the rest. We have a pretty stacked defense already, so even though Esteban DeMarchi does have a pretty cool name, I think I'm going to pass on him for sure. PK Subban style offensive defense. Man, that guy's going to be a point producer. And then same thing with Moroza. Oh, see, this is the thing, is you want to take a two-way forward and you just risk that he's not going to put up massive numbers throughout his career, or do you want to go with a playmaker or an offensive defenseman who probably has a higher chance to be a bigger point producer? But we will go with it for right now. Calle Pahlsson, Jemmy of a pick here. So let's go ahead and draft him, get him on our board. 82 overall medium elite, and I get an achievement there. Welcome to the organization. What's that for? Draft a player with an X factor. Ooh, okay, so not bad there. 82 overall. He's going to be playing in the NHL year 1. Very solid stats across the board there. Holy shit. Pretty good skater, too, so I'm not at all upset with that pick. Great breakaway finishes, so he'll be on the shootout line as well. Let's see who San Jose and Utah get here. I'm sure they're going to take those 2 guys that were next up on the board. Morozov goes 83 overall medium elite. All right, so, and he's got 90 in his skating, and he has a superstar ability as well, so that is a hell of a pick. Really feel like I couldn't go wrong there. It was just kind of what was the preference, and I'm happy enough with our pick of Calle Pahlsson there. He'll at least be a solid, like, first, second line center for his career. Esteban DeMarchi goes there. He has an X factor as well. Ooh, man, now I'm a little bit disappointed that I didn't go for one of those guys. Oh, what a pick there. So Utah gets a defenseman, probably of the future, somebody who's going to be there for a long time. He's the defenseman of now, actually, 81 overall. He's going to be playing year 1 more than likely. But you see what I mean there with those real players. Yeah, you might have a little attachment to them and want to draft them just because you know them maybe playing in real life and whatnot for your team or whatever, but always go for the creative players because, I mean, I don't think it really needs to be said. These guys aren't going to be playing for like 3 years, whereas you get some 83 overall absolute studs drafted on each end of them. So Detroit here, 69 overall, Anton Frondel. Seattle with another pick here. Geez, how many first did they? That's their first one. Okay, I thought I saw the Utah club a little too close in terms of colors, but this was the other guy we were looking at, Marco Parkkarainen. Solid 80 overall defensive defenseman though, so he'll never be a big point producer, but a couple superstar abilities. That's something we didn't see a ton of in NHL 24, so it's good to see here in NHL 25 that these guys are coming out with these abilities all right off the rip. 67 overall medium elite. One hell of a draft class so far, this first one. Maybe I should have stacked up some more first round picks. Benak goes there, so we'll see. We're almost back to 15 to see who Ottawa gets. Spence there, 62 overall, 79. Okay, this was another guy I was looking at. Yeah, Aldrich Janik, right wing, 6'5". He was a two-way forward, but 79 overall, medium top 6 though. So 6'5" though, that's a big fucking boy. And he also has a superstar ability. Pretty cool to see there. What about any of these real guys? Do they have any abilities? Does not look like it. Wow. So it is even more to the fact that you want to make sure you get those guys who are created players, because they're going to have a higher chance to come out there. Ottawa, ooh, 67 overall playmaker, 17 years of age. So I am happy with that pick, because if we would have stayed pat where we were, we wouldn't have gotten anybody that we would have wanted. So it's good that we were able to trade up, get a nice player who can be a stalwart on this team for the future. But let's go ahead, sim to the next round, see what the back half of the first round looks like. In NHL 24, there was always a couple guys at the back half who would be absolute studs. I didn't see any when I was looking through this time with the skill assessment, but we did have a lot of guys from the other Scandinavian league that I did not scout, unfortunately, because I was just so into the rhythm of those guys never coming out. But a nice low elite there for the New York Rangers, Robert Karlsson. He might be a beast in the future. Another low elite for the Kings there, Jackson Dowell. So they get a nice pick there. Any more elites? Ooh, medium elite goaltender. Yeah, Gabriel Daigle. He's always somebody in the first year. I know he was a beast in my NHL 24 testing the draft. Ended up being the best goalie in the league at one point, but good to see there. Unfortunate that the Caps get him. Why can't he be off in the Western Conference? But we do have 2 second-round picks now, so let's see if we can hit on one of those. Go back through here. Anybody else come out as some beasts? Looks like a lot of like mid players. Mid, like I say, like medium top 6, top 9. Defensive defenseman, low elite there by the St. Louis Blues, so a good pick for them. Let's take a look. All right, what do we have for us? We have that low franchise guy that we're going to look at in the 4th round, so nothing there. And like I said, see, it's the Allsvenskan. Apologies if I mispronounced that. But yeah, I just completely forgot to switch one of my scouts to that region so that we could take a look at there. But let's go ahead and see. Do we have anybody who's rated up high? 53rd overall, Layden Lakovic. But being a real player, I really doubt that he's going to be that medium elite potential. You want to look for more like this guy, Jakub Koltsev, who would have a higher chance at that. A good leader, respected in the locker room, and loyal. So that's not bad there. But we do have another second-round pick, so we'll grab him with the next one. Do we have any low elites that are confirmed, though? No, we do not. That's a little disappointing. Don't know what my scouts were doing all year. Geez, and that's the end of the low elites. Jesus Christ, come on. So I don't know if it's maybe just another one of those draft classes where it's not a ton of them. But let's see. We'll go through the 8 NHL ETAs. We got a couple 3 years here. 3 years possibly on this guy. Maybe I do take a real player just so I can have some guys with faces once I get really, really deep into this on the team instead of just a bunch of silhouettes. Graham Ling. What do we get here? Defensive defenseman. We're pretty stacked at defense. We need to take some shots at some forwards. Valeri, another defenseman. Geez. Who's this guy here? Yeah, skill assessments, just nothing's popping off for me, so we're just gonna have to get really lucky. Like I said, I don't want to go with the creative player. What do these guys got? No big points for them, so not really too interesting. Luka Radivojevic. I think I got that, even though I stumbled a little bit there. Possible medium elite, similar style to Al McInnes, 3 years, gets emotional at times. He's going down in the rankings. Oh, man. Do I do it? Which one do I do? Come on, man. Layden Lakovic, center left wing, 6'4", big body. Jordan Stahl, 3 years. I'm going to go against myself here. I'm going to take this guy, even though I know that other guy's probably going to come out to be a stud. Lakovic, 60 overall, medium top 9. Okay, so not the best pick we could have made in the world. No abilities on him either. Let's go through a couple more and see if that guy that we were looking at gets picked here at some point soon. A lot of mid-60s or low 60s. There's the Radivojevic. Radivojevic. Okay, there we go. I got it. Just had to take it second a little bit. Alex Hwang gets drafted here. Maybe he is in the path of my Timothy Friggin from North Korea back in the 24 testing the draft. So interesting pick there. Little diversity picks there for the Columbus Blue Jackets. Mikhail Naslin. No, this is not the guy we were looking for. All right, let's send back to our pick 66 here and then go back up through and see, did we miss out on anything? Liang ended up being a low top 4, 63 overall, so a decent pick there, 58 overall in the second round. Jesus Christ. And this is with the settings on high, so a little interesting there, but it doesn't look like we missed out on really anything there between those 2 picks in the second round. So let's see. We should have that. Oh, the Koltsov guy is still there. I think this guy's going to be a beast. 4 years, good leader. I always look for that personality. Sometimes when they have that good one, it can spell for a successful pick. So we're going to go ahead with that, even though, oh, he's a center left wing too, so 19 years of age. So hopefully he comes out as a little bit higher of an overall. Let's go back and take a look at that pick. Did we hit? Come on, baby. Come on. Let's go. Medium elite, 59 overall. I knew it. And I'm glad I didn't wait on him there. So second round, last pick in that second round, we snag a medium elite, 59 overall. So that is a solid pick in my book. At least some trade value there for the next couple years. But we are sitting pretty with that one. I will take it any day of the week. Sim back to pick number 81 here. Any more medium elites coming out? Let's see if they can start coming hot and fast. They do. Ottawa gets a redemption after that first round. 49 overall, though, so we'll see how he develops. It seems like so far that guys are starting to develop a little bit faster just from what I've been seeing. Like you saw Ricky Combs jump 4 overall in his first year. I think one of our other medium elite guy that we got in the other draft, he also jumped, I think, like 6 overall. He was like a, what's it called? He was a 50 overall, and he jumped up to a 56 overall. So good to see there that some guys maybe have a better chance to make it to the NHL. We do have a confirmed top 6, which is very intriguing there. That's some good potential to have on the team. Or do we want to risk it for the biscuit? Goaltender, no. We do know those goaltenders are going to start coming out, though, where they're going to be elites. So we got to start looking around maybe for some of those guys. Anybody else? Well, we got a confirmed low starter here, but he's a real player, so Strimbu, who's this guy right here? We got 2 guys that are possibly elites. One guy was, oh, he's a bad boy. Craig Calico here, though, doesn't look too bad, but I think let's play it a little bit safer here just because we did get a big hit on our last pick. A medium top 6 potential is never bad to have in the system. Pierce Barnett, get on the team. Medium top 6, 56 overall. Not terrible. What's the other guys around him? Yeah, medium top 6, top 9. So they're still there. It seems like in a bit of an abundance, but we will take that with that pick. Sim to the next round here. Let's go back through the 3rd round, see if anybody else came out as studs. Haven't gone through yet and done my own scouting, like set the scouts that I normally do. Oh, this Dixon dude was a medium elite. Holy crap. Nick Dixon there for the San Jose Sharks. But I haven't gone through just because I wanted to kind of get through these videos a little bit quicker to start while we're in early access, get you guys a good feel for how the draft looks and what the prospects coming out of it look like. Didn't go through and do my own scouting, like assign the scouts each couple of weeks, but I'm going to start doing that maybe once the game releases fully and everybody can get their hands on it. That way there's not like a mad rush to get content out. So we'll see how the scouting works with that. I'm assuming it's probably just going to be the same as last year, and it's going to be just a crapshoot once you get into these later picks. But we're here in the 4th round. I said I was going to take him here in the 4th round. Joakim Hirvonen, left wing, 5'9". Didn't really put up franchise-like stats in his 10 games he played in Liga, but I need a nice little clickbait thumbnail for the video title. So let's go ahead. Low franchise potential, Joakim Hirvonen. He's definitely not coming out as low franchise. I can't even say his fucking name. But let's go, boys. What do we got here? Low franchise? Okay, low elite. So, I mean, that's not a bad consolation prize to be in a low franchise potential. I will take that as well. So that's 3 elites now in this draft. I'm happy with that. We're on pace for an elite in every round. Let's see if we can pull it off. Pietrangelo, little name there, gets put back into the mix. I believe we don't have a pick in one of the rounds, though, so that is a little bit disappointing. Won't be a true elite in every round, but we'll see what we can get done here. So let's go back to our pick and see. So there's our boy Hirvonen. I said it right. Let's go. Anybody else come out medium low elite after him? It does not look like it. Ooh, there we go. We get a nice little low elite, 55 overall to the Tampa Bay Lightning. Vladimir Zarkov. Hopefully not another Nikita Kucherov. He did win the Art Ross in year 1, or not the Art Ross, the Maurice Richard in year 1. So he picks up his dominance as they made it back to the Stanley Cup Finals. It was a rematch of a couple years ago with the Lightning and Colorado. All right, let's see. We got to get another medium elite because that would be another hell of a title if I could put that on there. Drafting an elite every round. This guy probably gives us our best chance. Ron Robinson. Nice little name there. Medium elite potential. Goaltender. Hey, like I said, goaltenders, they come out hot and heavy at some point. Kirill Galiev, 17 years of age, soft-spoken, but he'd be able to handle an environment in the pros. All right, let's go ahead and sort back. Medium elite. We got 2 two-bar medium elites, a goalie and a defenseman. So maybe this is the time we take the defenseman. 5 years, 5 years. Let's just see any of these guys have something crazy like a 1 or 2 years here late in the draft. Out of these guys that we have scouted, does not look like it. Everybody is 5 years. Jesus Christ, not even somebody going to peek up. We got a couple 4 years there, but come on, give me one guy 3 years. Okay, there we go. 3 years for Vincent Desjardins. We had one more 3 years. Yeah, it's those two real players. They're probably 20 years. Yeah, almost 20 years, 19 years of age. All right. I think, let's see, this top 4 guy. We got 2 minutes left still. We still got time, but I don't want to drag this out too much. I think we just go with the Ron Robinson. He's got a good name, 6'3", 207 pounds, so he is a big boy already. So someone like a Kevin Ball in our system that we have out of the expansion draft. Come on, give me that elite. Give me that elite. Oh, 70, literally one of the worst that you can get. So a little disappointing of a pick there. I believe we do have one more in this round, so we still have a chance to pull it off. Let's see, any elites that we missed. Looks like the talent's really starting to drop off here. Okay, so we didn't miss any elites that were in the near picks, but we really got to hit on this one. I think I'm going to take the chance with the goaltender. Who's this guy? Trenton Stewart. Not bad. Who's this goaltender? Ashton. No, skill assessment's really not there. Hornqvist, goaltender, but yeah, nothing that I can go on that would tell me that he's going to be a guy or not. And then there's the Calle guy who... 17 years of age, so he's got a lot of time to develop. He's going to come out as a very low overall if he's got an E in one of his skill assessments. But let's go ahead and risk it for him. We have a couple other goalies. Let me actually just go through real quick and see the other goaltenders that are there, because like I said, there were those other couple elites, and you know there's going to be one or two more of them that will sneak out. And nothing there. Hopefully it's not this guy. 6'2", 6 foot. Let's go for Galiev. Kirill Galiev, get on my team. Come on, give me that medium elite. Oh, come on, medium fringe starter. I take the chance, and it does not pay off. We reach far back in the draft for this guy here in the 5th round, but we do not have a 6th round pick. But unfortunately, we miss our elite potential here in the 5th round. So let's go ahead and sim to the next round here. And then pop back to that 5th round. Do we miss one after that pick? Bottom 6, high, low, top 6. That's not a bad pick there. Anybody else? Come on, where are those elites at, man? The back half of the draft used to be kind of stacked. Now it's looking a little disappointing. And like I said, I don't think I have a 6th round pick. Let's just check again. Skip through that a little bit too fast, but I don't think I saw one. So let's go back here to the 7th round when we'll have our pick. Any elites here, because this is where we drafted that goalie. This is where he should have probably been picked. Any of the other goalies come out as medium elite? I'm not seeing it. Wow. Good pick by San Jose there, seeing if everything is coming out as an AHL top 2. Little 2 top 6s there, 7th defenseman. Guys, and this is with the settings on high, so this is the potential that we're seeing coming out of the 7th round. Do we have our 15th overall pick here? Yes, we do. All right, so let's go ahead and sim back to that pick. Any studs get taken here? What was this guy, 3 years and he's 58 overall? Yeah, I guess it kind of makes sense if he jumps to 60 overall before the next season, but still, that's a hell of a jump to be ready in 3 years for the NHL. All right, what do we have available to us here? We already know we don't have a ton of elites that are left. There's no way. In my first draft, again, we get another North Korean guy from the rest of the world. Alec Fast from North Korea. All right, I gotta take him. Oh my god. What am I gonna title this video now? We have a low franchise. I almost got an elite in every round, and now we have another North Korean superstar that jumps out in year 1. All the drafts, I did it all the way to 2040 in last NHL 24. Only saw like one guy from the rest of the world, and it was from North Korea. And now we get another one. I believe that's the flag. You can correct me in the comments if I'm wrong, but let's go ahead. I mean, that pick is made for us already. Alec Fast, and he's a bottom 6, so he has better potential to make it to the NHL than Timothy Friggin did, the other North Korean that we got. But hey, what a pick there. So the North Koreans are back with a vengeance here in NHL 25. We'll see if he's able to make the roster in a couple years, or if you guys want to do like we did with Jesus Boss and Timothy Friggin, give him a 10-game stint in the NHL and see how he does. But wow, what a pick there. So let's go through the rest of this 7th round pick by pick and see if anybody else comes out as a stud. Chang comes out there. I'm honestly not even too upset with that pick either, being a bottom 6, seeing all the AHL potential guys that we've seen come out in the last couple of rounds. But geez, I have quite the dilemma on my hands now with what to title this video. I think the franchise will be what it is, but there's a little mystery. I'll put something maybe in the thumbnail to maybe hint to it, so people subscribed for a little while are like, wait a second, why is that picture back in there? Did something happen again? Nothing really coming out here in this end of the 7th round. Want to see some stud just get drafted, but it just doesn't look like it's going to happen. Colorado with the last pick here. 50 overall, bottom 6, and boys, that is going to be end of this one. I think it was a very solid draft. We got a couple of medium elites. We got a guy who can play year 1 in Pahlsson there, so I'm very happy. And we got a North Korean in the franchise now, so we love to see that. But guys, thank you for watching. I've been enjoying NHL 25 so far. I'll get like a review or something up here with my thoughts more in depth on the game, maybe in the next couple of days. But that's gonna be this one. Make sure to leave a like on the video if you enjoyed it, comment your thoughts, and subscribe to the channel for definitely more NHL 25 content, guys. Thanks for all the support so far on the videos. Peace.